Okay, so here's a video I recorded about a month ago, and do you know, for me this video is a sheer joy. It really is. It's a video I did where I sat down with an old school friend of my dad's called Dave, and I basically recorded his memories of his life around Titherington, the village, farm life, bits of childhood memories of the war, things like that. National service, being a binman, all sorts of exciting, well, to me, exciting things. Now, I think there's a big thing about people, you know, especially the older, looking at the older generation. You can be stuck behind someone, maybe a pensioner, thinking, "Oh, for Christ's sake, hurry up," or what are you on about? But actually, if you sit down and speak to some of these people, they have got really interesting life stories to tell you. Dave is a classic example of that. I had no idea what the things he had to tell me when I went round to his house, but it was a fantastic evening of storytelling, and he assures me he's got more to tell me. So if you enjoy what you're going to see in the next couple of videos, then do let me know, and I might go round to his house again and get a few more stories. So I think I recorded about 50 minutes of video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into two. So we're going to have a two-parter. So this is the first bit. Cold winter's evening, sit that back. If you can watch it on your telly, that's quite good, because you get feel like you're just watching someone chatting to you. And enjoy this video. I mean, you probably realise that is something I really enjoy. I really like listening to other people tell their life stories. I like going to things like when I went to the butchers in Wales, and I enjoy interviewing people. It's a funny thing, really, because I do a lot of talking myself, but I actually like listening to other people chat. So anyway, sit down and enjoy Dave. He's now going to go global. He's 86, fair play to him. Okay, so this is another unusual video on the YouTube channel, The Funky Farmer. We are going to be talking to Dave. Dave's just behind me. Now, interesting story is Dave is an old school friend of my father's. He won't mind me saying he's 86. And I've nipped up here tonight to try and get some of his memories of early life in the village. And also, I thought, because he used to work on a farm, that's right, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah.
He used to work on a farm in the village. I thought he could talk to us a little bit about the life on the farm. And that's probably 70 odd years ago. So there'll probably be some stories about some of the old machinery. Hopefully we'll get a story a bit about hand milking, all the things that maybe have gone and you don't see unless you see on a bit of vintage footage. But Dave was there doing it. So we'll have a chat with Dave. I'm going to put the camera on a tripod and I'm going to do a little bit of interviewing, and we'll find a little bit about the old country life from a long time ago. Okay, so Dave, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us who you are, and how long have you lived in Titherington?
Well, I'm Dave Nimblett. I was born in Titherington upon two bungalows that the squire built for my father and my uncle. And our grandma always used to say, "Is up idiot man."
Idiot man, what's that mean?
Well, it come out funny one day because he was talking to a chap, and he said, "Well, where is it?" And our grand said, "Well, it's idiot man," and it stuck,
Yeah.
But there you are. Anyway, of course the squire died and we had to move down the road. The first day I was going to school, I was hoping to go with Bill.
That's my dad, yeah.
Your dad?
Yeah. So that's Titherington School. What sort of year would that be?
Whoa, 38?
1938, wow.
38, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 38, something like that. Anyway, because I got up the road with my mother, and Bill wasn't with it because he was starting the next day, you see. So I thought, well, ain't having this, so I ran away down the line. Look. I didn't go to school that day. Then, of course, when Bill went next day, we went together, and it was fine. We had enjoyed our school days,
So you were at school during the war then? Have you got any memories of wartime Britain? You'd be quite young, wouldn't you?
We had a air raid shelter built in the schoolyard.
Yeah.
And every time the air raid siren went up, we all went out there, and we had sing songs in the, and not only that, Arthur Boyd, which is across the orchard and
Yeah.
up at the top, it used to be a bacon, and pork and all that.
Hmm.
And we used to watch them killing them and burning the pigs
From the schoolyard?
from the school.
Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Christ, they wouldn't be allowed to do that now, would they?
Well, no.
So, in your time at school, then, sorry, going back to the war, but it's probably quite interesting for a lot of people. Can you remember any sort of the wartime activities, like any bombings or the troops
yeah,
being
yeah.
around, or Dad's army type thing? Or
We one day, I think it was late afternoon, and the Germans had come over. You could, I mean, you could hear the sound of the.
you could hear them, could you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew the sound of them,
Right.
and they tried to get in Bristol, and the fighters chased them out, and they dropped 2 bombs upon the castle,
Yeah.
which is on rock,
Yeah.
and I swear our windows went out and come back in again with the blast. And of course, Bill, down his ground, they dropped 2 more, didn't
They did. In fact, we still got a piece of the
You can-
shrapnel. We've
Oh,
still got
yeah.
a big chunk of shrapnel in one of the
Is
sheds.
there any indent in the...
No indentation, but do you remember that then, can you? Because my dad always talked about that, because he picked
Yeah.
up a nose cone off
Because-
the bomb.
The funny thing was, my schoolmaster, he was a special,
Yeah.
and he was in charge of any bombs dropped. He had to go and find out where they were. So he rung up the Rangeworthy chap over there, and,
Yeah.
they went along the bomb,
Yeah.
and met up down the Splatton, and Dick Leakey, that was my schoolmaster, said, well, I can't see anything anywhere.
Right.
And he come back, and his car was plastered in mud. He'd gone through where the bomb had dropped in the field and blown all the soil and that over the one. He went through it and never seen it. Oh, that was funny that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had some good times. Because Bill and I, we used to make little boats. There was a stream
Right.
all down
Yeah.
Duck Street,
Yeah.
and we used to have races.
Mm.
And of course, my grandfather used to make cider.
Yeah. Oh,
When-
right.
When we got down to that cider house,
Yeah.
Bill and I went in and thought, we'll have a drop of this sweet cider though.
How old have you been then?
Well, we was about 7 or 8 of them.
Oh, crikey.
Anyway, we went in there, and we had put a cup underneath it.
Yeah.
And we had, of course, I think we drank too much because we never went to school the next day. We was on the toilet.
Oh,
So-
Dave.
So yeah,
Brilliant.
going about the war again.
Yeah.
Used to be a lot of incendiary bombs, and there's
Yeah.
down.
What, round here?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of.
Wow.
Well, down by the rabbit field down the bottom there, where I used, when I worked on that farm,
Mm.
there was unexploded bombs and holes where the incendiaries had gone in.
Really? I mean, that's surprising. I suppose they weren't targeting Tiverton because it's not a lot to bomb here, but
Oh,
would they
no,
be
no.
targeting Yates and places like that?
Yeah.
And then they probably get.
Well, that was the
Accuracy
day
wasn't right.
they bombed Yate. It's a single plane that bombed Yate, and we lost one of the young girls that worked in Parnos.
Mm.
But they, when Bill and I was going home, of course there was a shop, Frankie Ship's shop down Duck Street,
Right.
and there was he had a big sort of doorway.
Mm.
And as we were going home, we heard this dap, 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 and the bullets was coming up the road. So Bill and I
What, you
went-
joking? I haven't heard this story
No.
before. What, they were shooting, but the bullets were going up the road?
We run in the bloody...
joking?
Well, the fighter was after him, though. After the German plane, though.
They were shooting at you guys walking up the
well,
road?
it's really the fighter, the Spitfire, was
Yeah.
higher than the... What was it? And he was shooting...
Oh,
down.
shooting down and the bullets are ricocheting off on the road?
Yeah.
Jesus. And you were there when that happened?
We was coming home from school,
Oh my God.
and we run in the shop doorway out the way. Good job we did.
That's a good job you did. That's unbelievable. And I mean,
Yeah.
God, your generation grew up with some stuff that no one else can hardly believe
Yeah.
now. I never knew that story before.
But then, funny enough, that's your phone.
Yeah, sorry about that.
one morning, Bill and I was going to school, and I thought, whatever's happened? Up by, just past the school road, you know, the school church room,
Hmm.
they put a big block of cement and a metal pin in the middle, and they had a tree, drilled a hole through the tree, put it all on there, where's it, and put barbed wire all the way around,
Right.
and they had a little wheel on the far side, and they poured it across, you see,
Blockading the road.
blockading the road, and Bill and I couldn't get, so we had to climb over the wall and walk up the field to go to school.
Right.
And that was done on every entrance out of the village.
So what was all that about?
That
then?
was to stop the German tanks.
Were they expecting some?
Well, that's what it was done for.
Really?
'cause that-
So was that something that was there for just like a short period of time, like a year or 6
no,
months?
it
Or
was there for till the end of the war.
was it?
Yeah.
What, blockading the village? So was every village like
Oh
that?
no, it wouldn't block it all the time.
No.
They happened to try it out.
Oh,
you
I see. So potentially if
And
something
they
was
stopped
coming,
Bill
they
and
would
I,
pull it
though.
across.
We weren't going to clamber over
Yeah.
barbed wire.
No.
But that was funny that way.
So you sort of grew up in the village and you went to the school in Titherington Primary School, and then what, so after secondary school, where'd you go?
No, I stayed had a chance to have another go at go to grammar school,
Yeah,
but I didn't bother.
right. So what age would you leave school then?
About 14 after
14.
15.
It was a different time then, wasn't it? People
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
stay on. So at that point then, did you go straight into farming, or what did you do?
Yeah, I had, of course, when I was at school, we used to have cards,
Right,
and that was about a fortnight. You go off to different places and pick up potatoes at different farms.
what was that? What were the cards for then?
Well,
What do you mean?
so that you were, you could go out, that so many days.
What, from
And they
school,
tick
you mean?
each day
Oh, I see,
they-
like work experience almost.
Yeah,
Picking potatoes.
yeah. We was down Cliff Owens one day, and of course Polly and I was picking out spuds, and they was throwing little spuds at one another. And our poor old Cliffy was going to send us home, But he come round. It was a bit of a fun, really. But there we are. Then we had school gardens. Well,
Yeah.
We used to go up the school garden.
Well, there's a big lawn at Tiverton School. Was that all garden then, was it?
No. There's gardens up by Ambrose Johnson.
Oh, they were the
New
school
road
gardens.
on the right hand side.
Right, oh, I didn't know that. That was the school gardens, was it?
Yeah.
So what was that? It's almost like Dig for Victory, was it? You were growing veg?
Oh yeah, we growed all sorts.
Right.
Yeah.
And where would that food go to? Back to the school or to...
Well,
families in the
no, 'cause we
village?
never had a canteen then.
Yeah.
Everybody took sandwiches.
Yeah.
But
So the food you
I
grew...
didn't, because we used to go home.
Yeah, but the food you grew, would that be... Where would that end up? Going out to the
Yeah,
kids? Or something?
later on,
Mm.
when they had the canteen,
Mm.
they used to grow a lot of veg up there.
Right.
But, of course, then coming up towards D-Day,
Yeah.
they had all the yard in the pub yard was all done out with galvanised and all that, and the ACAT used to, they moved into the Grange.
Right. What, the guns you mean? Or what do you mean
Well,
by
yeah,
ACAT?
because up on the top of the
Mm.
Tiverton Hill, they had search guns up
Really?
there. And
Can't believe it now, can you?
of course, when we walked around the road, they used to cook in the school yard, there,
Mm.
and it smelled beautiful. Yeah.
Better than you having at home, was it? Going army rations,
Yeah.
corned beef and stuff.
And then, of course, they had at the top a lot of the fields now. I mean, the quarry have dug it all out
Yeah.
now. Yes, a quarry now, but a lot of fields up there. Before D-Day, there was we had the Americans all camped up in the
Mm.
wood up New Road,
Right.
and then up on the other side, there was about over 1,000 odd lorries up in there and
Whereabouts is that?
guns. Go up the top of the old road,
Yeah.
and if it was going straight on,
Yeah.
it was on the left-hand side.
Right.
There was a big field there. It hadn't been quarried, lot.
Right. Okay. So where the quarry is now, then,
Yeah.
really, that was all where they kept a load of vehicles.
That
Was that
was
all for
all,
D-Day? Was it?
Yeah, because I think Bob Williams on there was talking about it on the tape I got.
Yeah.
But
So-
they had guns and all sorts. And they done a recce one day, and they started going at 8 o'clock in the morning, all down by our place,
What, driving down
driving,
all these vehicles?
for pulling the guns and all that.
Wow.
And they didn't come back till 12 o'clock.
Right.
And then when just before the day before D-Day, they started coming again, and they were gone.
Yeah.
And the Americans was gone. And then on D-Day, we had a glider come down to the top of the Stowell Hill. On the right-hand side, that was Mr. Clutterbuck's crew.
Right.
And we kids rushed up there. Of course, the back of the glider comes off. 2 jeeps with a trailer and a gun on the back.
No way. What, in the glider? You're
Big,
joking.
one of the big gliders.
So why were they coming in on the gliders to England? 'Cause I thought these gliders
because
went out
the
to...
rope must have broke up. See when he told
Oh,
me.
I see. It was being towed out to... on
You know, they
D-Day.
were on their way. Look.
No way.
And they chaps, the soldiers run out, got in the jeeps, and was gone to get the next glider.
You're joking, really? Go back to base and get in another
Get
glider?
another lift in
Wow. So whereabouts the gliders come down in the village?
up on the top. When you go under the motorway,
Yeah.
and it's on the right hand side.
Right.
You know
where the other bit of the quarry is.
where all that quarry is.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Jeez. So I wonder where they took off from, 'cause it's a long way, isn't
And
it?
I think we had a Spitfire come down there as well.
Right.
And but then there was a big bomber, one of ours, came across and burnt one of the houses up on top of Gravesend.
Right.
Nobody
remember
was killed, I don't
I
think.
think I can remember my dad talking about that, because I think
Yeah.
he said something about he picked up some bullets on the way to school
Yeah,
and he stashed them somewhere, and when he came back from school they'd gone. I think they'd done a clear up of the site, and
yeah,
because obviously you don't want stray ammunition lying around.
yeah. Of course, then after that, you know, I left school,
Yeah.
and we had a bit of fun, right, at school, one thing and another. I had the cane a few times.
Did you? You remember the cane, did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Not
it,
on your knuckles.
And it was no, not on me knuckles, on your arm.
On your hand. That really
Yeah,
stings.
and not on me rear either.
Yeah. So what did they do? Make you hold out your hands like that, was it?
Yeah, all that and out.
And then whack.
Well, according to what you do, you might have one, or if you
Right.
had to have 2.
Yeah.
But anyway, then it was a nut stick, you know.
Right.
And if the nut stick broke, you are going to cut another one.
So you're making your
true
own
that.
punishment. You got to cut your
True.
own stick.
Bill and I was in charge of tadpoles and all that sort
Right.
of thing. You know, we had a big glass, what was it? And we always, it was all right. We'd take 2 buckets because you didn't have to put ordinary water in
Yeah.
in that. We went down the Longbrook, see, so we had a morning off. Like.
Getting in the water for tadpoles.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Well, and the fish and
Yeah.
all sorts of
Yeah.
what we brought back up.
So were there many kids at the school at the time? 'Cause when I went there, towards the end of when
Oh,
it shut
yeah.
down, there was only 30 kids there when I was there.
Yeah, I mean, the playground was divided by the girls
Was it?
one side. And
Really?
the
They're
boys one side.
segregated?
Yeah.
Were you segregated in lessons as well, or just in playing?
No.
So you weren't allowed to play together at breakfast time or break time?
No, not together, no.
Why was that? Because you'd be too rough for them or something?
Well, I don't know that. We used to play football in the yard,
Yeah.
and old Dick Leakey, because he was a cricketer as well.
Right.
He'd come out and have a game with us.
Yeah.
If we couldn't get out, we never tried to get out, because if we got out, we had to go back into school. Look. So,
So you made sure he was always
well,
winning.
fair enough. He was a good sport, really,
Yeah.
because we used to, when it was football time, we'd go up on the hill Thursday afternoon,
Right.
play football, and
Yeah.
cricket, go up on there and play cricket.
And you had enough people in the school to get enough people for. Because when
Oh,
I was there
gosh,
wasn't
yeah.
enough kids, you see.
Oh, there's quite a lot
Yeah.
at the school, you know,
Yeah.
quite a few. Yeah, and everybody, never had no buses to take you to school.
Or
They
walking.
used to walk from Itchington. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what, a mile and a half, isn't it?
Yeah. And a mile and a half home at the
Mile
end.
and a half back.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what's changed, I suppose, is that people go to the schools, not necessarily the nearest one to them, the one they like, whereas
Yeah.
you had no choice, you had to go to the village one, didn't you, really? But that's not a bad thing.
Anyway, then I started work on the farm.
Yeah.
I had a fortnight off from school. They allowed me that.
Right.
well, Doug was away on holiday. That was my boss.
So that's Doug Pearce at
Doug
Millhouse.
Pearce in Millhouse.
Millhouse Farm. Yeah.
And I went down there, and he went on holiday, and I had the tractor, and I taught myself how to plough.
Is that right? So what tractor would that have been then?
I was standing forward.
Right.
We had a,
Would that have tyres on it or lugs or what?
no, yeah, spade lugs.
Spade lugs, yeah.
But we had a David Brown there as well, you know.
Yeah. Which did you prefer then?
Well, David Brown, because he was on rubbers, though.
Oh, I see, yeah. So, I mean, for me, you see, I've never known what it's like to drive a tractor with lugs on. But so what was the idea behind lugs then? Why didn't they put rubber tyres on to start with?
Well, because they never had the rubber then, did
Oh,
they?
it's, what, because of the war or
Yeah,
just...
but I mean, if you have better grip with spade lugs.
Yeah. But as soon as you get on concrete or anything like that...
Oh,
it's
well, all right down the field.
yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it's quite good, really. And then, of course, mornings I used to have to strip the cows out. We always Bill next, I can't remember his name now. Anyway, Bill was there. He used to milk the cows in sheds, you know.
So how many cows were you milking at that time?
Oh, about 60 or 70 then.
Oh, right. So when you started, 60 or 70?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a lot of cows.
I didn't hand milk.
No.
I'd come behind stripping them out. They used to always strip them.
Right. So you weren't ever hand milking on that farm then?
No.
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 Oh, well, that's something then. That was a bit of a relief, wasn't it? Because in that era, that was a very big herd, wasn't it?
Yeah, but then I used to come over to Bill's,
Yeah.
and I used to milk cow in there, so
Yeah.
Bill time. But you have to get about a month to get your wrists.
Well, I can say, so Dad was hand milking at the time then, was he?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And 'cause I know the shed he was milking in. I remember when he moved out there, 1972, we finished in that long shed up the drive.
Yeah,
And then he used to chain him up in there. And
that's right.
well, when I remember him, because I was only very young, I was about 4, he was milking into these buckets that you'd then tip into a milk cooler thing.
Yeah.
But before that, so you remember going in there and hand milking. Was
Yeah.
that, so would you sit on a milking stool or something?
Yeah. I bought a milk in school, there's one down there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It's hard work.
Anyway, we used to, of course, as time went on, we was reaping then, you know, with 2 horses.
Right, so you, despite the tractors, you still had horses on the farm then?
Yeah, oh yeah, the farmer, oh Lord, he wouldn't let you go on the field in the winter with a tractor.
Right,
You had to use horses.
right.
And
So big Shire horses, and you'd be putting
Big
all
Shire
the,
horses,
what they call it, all the harnessing and everything on them.
oh yeah, I remember all that. Yeah.
Because you see, I remember my dad told me he had 2 Shire horses on our farm,
Yeah.
and I think they left in about 1952, I think he
Yeah.
told me. So we
Right.
still got the harness on the wall.
Yeah, I can remember that.
Can you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, we haven't got any photographs of them. You
No,
know.
that was the problem then. We never. I mean, there's a lot of things that I would have loved to have got photographs with.
Yeah.
But you never had a camera.
No, people didn't photograph things like they do
No,
now, do
didn't.
they?
No.
You know, because those old tractors and everything, and the old. Imagine you behind a Shire horse. I mean, what a sight that must have been. You know, I can't imagine what it's like to see
Well,
2 Shire horses ploughing or whatever now.
Oh,
Not on
yeah, you
on our own farm.
the horse raking and all that, you know.
So if you, with the horses then, I mean, obviously, you know, with a tractor, it's pretty straightforward, and you get in it in the morning. As long as it's got diesel in it, you start up and go. If you start with a horse in the morning for doing, say, farm work, what would you do? Would you come in and feed it first, or would you go straight into putting harness
Well,
on it, or what?
In the winter, it was easy to get the horses in because
Yeah.
you had a bit of cake and they'd follow you in.
Yeah,
But in the summer, when there's plenty of grass,
yeah.
they'd run away. Lots
Oh, right, so they knew that you were getting them for work.
You had to have a job to get
Is that
them.
right?
Yeah. We eventually did, because one young car horse there, he'd run at you, turn and kick, you know.
Really?
You want to watch what he was doing.
So you, I suppose, would they have any harness on them at all?
No.
So how did you grab them to bring them in then?
Oh, they...
Have a halter on them or something?
Yeah,
wouldn't
there's a couple of us get behind. Eventually come in then.
And then you'd bring them into a shed, and then you'd start putting all this
All
different...
the harness on.
So what would you put on first? It's a collar thing, isn't it? I mean, I'm not sure what you call that. Perhaps it's called a collar.
Yeah, well, you put the collar on first.
Yeah,
And then you what you call the aims.
yeah. I know what you mean. The sort of curvy brass things. We've got a
Brass
couple at home.
Yeah. And then the head,
Mm.
and then the saddle, and the breeching.
I mean, that's quite a skill in itself. Just sort of
Well, you get used to it.
putting all this. I mean, I've seen various bits of it, but I don't know how it all goes together.
It's quite heavy, mate.
It is.
Yeah.
You
I don't
know,
know if I've ever ridden a cart horse, but your legs are wide, but you want to hang on a bit.
they weren't really built for riding, were they? They are
No,
wide,
I
aren't
mean,
they?
We were right down the fields at the bottom. We used to ride them up for dinner, and
Is that right?
yeah.
And of course, they're really high as well, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd pull alongside the hay rake, or something like that.
So you were harnessing them up, and then what would you attach them to?
Well, what I call a hay rake,
Yeah.
Rake, you mowed the field, the grass, and dried it, and then sort of, now you've got turners to put it in rows.
Yeah.
But you used to have a horse rake then.
Right.
To do it.
And would these horses were they aware of what they were doing? Would they work with you? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Once you get, I mean, the old one, used to go cultivate between the kale.
Right.
Used to
To
go
get the weeds out and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to cultivate between,
Yeah.
the old horse we had, you put that on there, no need for reins, he'd walk up.
He knew exactly what he was
And
doing.
he'd turn and he'd
Yeah.
come back, he'd just do it.
Really.
He got so used to
Yeah.
doing it. You might have a couple of mouthfuls of grass on each
Yeah.
end, but it was marvellous.
So that was quite a pleasant way of life in a way, wasn't it? It was
Well,
just sort of
was, yeah.
simpler time, if you like.
You get turd walking behind the horse.
Yeah, of course you
Somebody
would.
was chain bushing with him,
What's chain bushing? What's that?
Well, that was where the grass, with the sort of, what should I say, little bars all the way down through and quite wide,
Yeah.
and and then that spread all the manure.
Oh, like
and
chain
all that.
harrowing. That's what we
Yeah.
call it.
Well,
You call it
chain-
chain bushing.
Chain
Yeah.
bushing we used to.
Right, and you'd have so basically, it was very much like well, it obviously was the tractor of its time in the fact that you had lots of different implements for that horse,
Yeah.
and the harness was standard fitting. And I suppose you just fitted on the back of it whatever task you were doing.
Yeah, well, of course they had a bowter, which is a tool for planting potatoes. You see.
Right.
And once you get the knack of it, you have to sort of balance it.
Yeah.
And you built out the road, then you have to put the potatoes down, and then you have to split up through the middle and cover them in.
Would you mow grass with a horse? I don't know quite.
Well, yeah, we used to have a mower, with a horse.
Right.
That was a double horses then.
Right. So you had two horses pulling the mower, did you?
Yeah.
God, it's quite a sight, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it is a shame there's no photos of that. Because
My Grammy had only a single horse mower.
right.
That was only about 4 foot wide.
1 horsepower.
Yeah, of course, he used to smoke a pipe.
Yeah.
And he had the pipe and his matches and all that in his pocket. And he was mowing the orchard, mowing the nettles, all
Yeah.
the rubbish. And I suppose his coat was rubbing on the wheel and the matches caught fire and he had to jump off of there quick.
Well, it's amazing because for me this is something that I've seen a bit of video and stuff, but I haven't really spoken to anyone who's really done this sort of thing. But a real skill to work with a horse, isn't it? Because with a tractor it's dead easy. You just turn a wheel and you go there and you get it right, and you can always stick it in reverse and go back if you missed a bit when you're mowing the hay or anything. But to work a horse or particularly two horses, that's a real skill, Dave, isn't it? Really?
Some days when we were reaping, we had in the afternoon to give the horses a bit of a rest. You bring another horse out
Right.
and put on the front.
Oh, so changing horses, and so one
We
goes
didn't
back.
change horses. You just
Oh, you had another horse with it, extra horse.
Extra horse. We had 3 then.
Crikey.
Right in the middle, and the one in the front had to be ridden,
Right.
and it helped the other 2.
Is that right?
It was hard work then.
Yeah. Well, hard work for everyone. By the time you all finish at the end of the
Well,
day, you're
then,
all knackered, aren't you?
That one then, you had to go and stack make tethage, what they used to cook 5 in a row up.
What's
5
that? The rick things, or the
Well,
what do they
no.
call them? Those
Tethage,
sheaves
you
of-
screw it like that.
yeah,
Just if it rained,
yeah.
the rain would run off of it.
And then you put it all in a hay cart with horse drawn, obviously,
Yeah,
and then you take it up to a rick. Would you?
yeah, make a wreck.
Would you thatch a rick? Because Dad used to thatch a rick.
Oh, Bill Hughes used to.
I think Dad did it in Young Farmers.
Yeah, he probably had.
Because you'd stack the hay, and then the top would be thatched, wouldn't it, to stop the rain?
road. There's always a
Yeah.
road. Yeah.
I see. Again, I've never seen any pictures of a ricks on our farm, but I know we've got at least 2, possibly 3 rick knives.
Yeah.
They're big, long knives with a handle that you would cut
Oh.
down into it when you're in the winter to get the hay
Oh,
out.
the hay knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we had that because old Bill used to go down. I'd take the tractor down with a trolley,
Mm.
and he'd stay down there all morning, and he'd cut enough out, cut hay out,
Yeah.
and stack it on the trolley, and that was enough for a week then.
So you're loading all that hay by hand, though, aren't you? Once it's
A lot of
cut,
it was done by hand,
oh,
yeah.
everything. Back-breaking, isn't it?
Well, even up to these loading bales. I mean, we had the proper bale forks.
Yeah, pitchforks.
Oh yeah, and we used to load them up and pitch them like that.
Build your muscles up by the time you finish, then.
Oh God. Well, you had to work it in between us,
Yeah.
after a time. And then of course the combine come along.
Yeah.
And then, but then you still had bales, you still have, you couldn't now, you've just got tractors sit on the back of the tractor.
Hardly touch
with a
anything,
cab.
don't
No
they?
cabs, look, so you used to
No.
freeze to death half.
Of course, in the middle of winter, not even a roof, was there? No cab at all.
No, nothing like that.
And you weren't wearing the sort of waterproof gear that we've got these days. You probably have a flat cap on and maybe a
No.
brown smock or something.
I mean, I've been down the bottom field quarter bay and it was freezing. And I used to take me, have Wellingtons on, and 2 pairs of socks. And if I get my feet cold, I used to take my wellies on, put them on top of the exhaust and warm them up.
So, I mean, in that time as well, there was quite a difference in the landscape in the fact there was a lot more hedgerows and a lot more trees, really, weren't there?
Oh, we used to keep the edges. We used to do that with a slasher and that.
So, all done by hand then?
All done in my hand, yeah.
So, in your winter work then on a farm, as it were, you'd probably be doing a lot of hedge laying and hedge cutting and
yeah.
trimming all the way through.
Always laid the hedges,
Mm.
yeah.
But I mean, you can probably remember then, well, you will remember then, the big elm trees that have long
Oh,
gone from
yeah,
this
yeah.
area.
And the crow's nest.
Because the thing is quite interesting, because from my point of view, I can never remember seeing a fully grown elm tree.
Well, they're beautiful trees.
Yeah.
They were beautiful trees.
And
There was a lot of them.
well, around here, I remember my dad in the early 70s starting to cut all the ones that were dying down.
Yeah,
But this area was covered with them, wasn't it?
yeah. Yeah, they were.
You know.
And then, well,
So-
we did have a few sheep.
Right, okay.
That was later on when I was on the farm.
Yeah.
And, 'cause I think I did national service before that.
Right.
Because we got married and then I went back on the farm.